We're welcome back to the Rent-To-Own channel here, a Rent-To-Own interview with Joe Ritchie and Neil Irwin. Joe had asked me, how does Rent-To-Own work? And basically the next question a lot of people ask is what are the most commonly asked question here, Joe? What would be the next one that you'd wonder about?
So, do I have to put money down? And if so, how much?
So a lot of people who call and look at Rent-To-Own, they ask, well, how much do I have to put down? Because they've heard people who do Rent-To-Own, some people put nothing down, and some people put like 5,000 down. Some people put 10,000 down. Depends on how much the person can arrange to put down. Now, if a person puts nothing down, then they're not really going to get a negotiated price on the home. So if you want to put a deposit on a rent-to-own, you're really doing that to lock in the purchase price. So let's say you put up nothing down, but can you expect to get a fixed purchase price? And again, it could depend. But why would people who's trying to sell a house on a rent-to-own give somebody a fixed purchase price right up front if they're not going to, that's no benefit to them, right? Except if they put a lot of money every month on the house. For example, if the average rent rate is $1,000 a month, if the person pays $2,000 a month, then, oh, you know what, I'll give a guy, like maybe no money down, because $1,000 a month. Even then, I'd probably give him I would charge about 3% the first year and maybe 2% the next year for the appreciation of the home. And then after 2 years, I wouldn't charge them, because that's $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 in the first year. 12,000 times 2 is $24,000, right? So then you have $24,000 built up for the purchase. Then I can lock in the price. So people, do you have to put up a down payment? It depends. If you want a fixed purchase price, the way I do it, other people might do it differently. The way I do it is that we require $20,000 to get in the door. And the reason why we require that $20,000, it's just kind of like the magic number for the best person that we could find, because a lot of people don't have $50,000, $100,000, or $70,000 or $30,000 to put down on a house. The person can maybe borrow $10,000 and maybe get a family loan of $10,000, and they can manage to do that. So when we talked about how does rent-to-own work, the house here should go up in value by about 5% a year. So 5% per year would mean on a $200,000 house, okay, it should go up $10,000 per year, right? So if you're getting the house, if you're moving into the house, it's worth $200,000, but the real estate appreciation rate is 5%. In 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 years out. The property should go up about $10,000 a year. So it would be about $210,000 in 2013, $220,000 in 2014, $230,000, and 5%. It's going to be a little bit more now. It's going to be like 240, say 5,000. I'm just jumping the number a bit. 250, say 50 to $260,000. And if you negotiate a purchase price of 210, 220, or whatever, and you're putting $10,000 down, then you could get maybe 1 year out. If you put up $20,000, you might get a better price. You see what I'm saying? So, the person who's doing rent-to-own, the seller, is going to want fair market value today, or maybe a little less. But if he wants to give a person the right to buy, the person who is doing rent-to-own is going to make about 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 years of appreciation. The difference between 220, let's say, and 250, that $30,000 then can go toward the purchase. So you're actually locking in your purchase price by putting up a deposit. The question is, do I have to put up a deposit? Yes, you have to put up a deposit to get a fixed purchase price. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Now also here, Joe, if you have $20,000 down, you're also getting the rent credits of $500 a month. We talked about the first is how does rent-to-own work? Well, you pay your rent. In this case, you say $1,000 a month is your rent, and you get $500 a month credit to purchase. That works out to 12 years is, 12 months is $6,000 per year times, say 5 years. That's $30,000. So that's another $30,000. So that's like a lot of money. So for 5 years, you have your $20,000 deposit that locks in your purchase price at say $220, and your rent-to-own price is $220, but you buy the house for when it becomes worth more money. So you have $50,000 down plus another $30,000. The 20 plus your deposit, your rent credits, then your equity appreciation, your real estate appreciation, that all adds up to $80,000. That's pretty incredible. So there's three things happening. One is every month you're building up savings as a credit to purchase, and then the second thing is your property is going up in value, about $800 to $1,000 a month. The property is appreciating based on a 5% growth rate on a $200,000 home. And then the third thing is you're getting a low price on the home. If you're putting up a deposit, you're locking in your purchase price, so all the future appreciation goes to you, the rent-to-own person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.